He's the tallest man on the radio, so sit right back and enjoy the show. Fly through the air like a ballistic missile. Here's your host, Ben Kissel.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Ben Kissel Politics, the greatest political podcast going today. I am Ben Kissel on Instagram at BenKissel1, joined as always by Kyle Plouffe.
Hey.
At Kyle Plouffe. Thank you all so much for joining us for another fantastic episode. If you want to watch live, go to patreon.com/diebud. You can comment, be a part of the show, especially this show, because what are politics if not about conversation? Peaceful, not rageful conversations that never lead to ending a friendship. Boom. All right, we have a bunch of stuff to get to today. Let's start with something so basic, something that happens in the beginning of every football game in America. It's called a coin flip.
Yeah.
And sometimes the voters, they tie. And the scientific, the mathematical way to figure out who is actually the winner of an election comes down to a coin flick. Coin flick.
A little flick.
Oh my God. I love to watch two pennies rubbing together.
Yeah.
And I love this coin flick.
Make a nickel.
Whoa, my God. Watch them procreate.
Yeah.
Let's go. I wonder if anyone is sexually attracted to
Coinage.
coins. All right. God, I'm already derailing. No. Incumbent Bianca Valori, she wins the Pasadena City Council seat by coin flip. Let's play it here. And this is democracy in action.
All right. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Heads it is. The winner, Bianca.
Bianca wins! So there you go.
Nice little prayer.
Nice little prayer before. I don't know if it was warranted. Yeah. Some would say probably not.
Church and state. You know.
It was also kind of a smaller version.
Yeah.
It was a short version, sort of a retracted version of the Lord's Prayer. Very nice. Well, she is now a city council member for District B in the city of Pasadena, won by a coin flip. So if you're the loser, God was not on your side, buddy.
Nope.
That was God's coin flip. And he was like, no, you ain't Bianca. Get the F out of here, loser. What's your name, George? Yeah. I think old Pops God wants to go with Bianca. So congratulations to the people of Pasadena. Hopefully things work out. She is the incumbent and the place hasn't burned down yet.
I think it might have been a double-headed coin.
It really could have been.
She called heads, boom. Can't lose.
And if she loses half her face, we've got ourselves a Batman villain.
There you go.
Well, speaking of villains, we have real-life super villains active in society today. Peter Thiel.
Oh, yeah.
This man is the reason, again, why J.D. Vance has a political career. He's been funding psychopaths for a long, long frickin' time because he hates humanity. I'm not just saying that, he admits it. I like to get into the psyche of these tech lords because, again, as we live in a technocracy and an oligarchic class of late-stage crony corrupt capitalism, I think we might even be past that at this point. These people have more power than presidents, senators, congressmen, congresswomen, local mayors. These people have the power to control our minds, literally. And so when they openly express hatred for human beings and the human race, it triggers me a little bit. Maybe, again, I'm just a boy who got too into Terminator 2. Maybe it's all bullshit, but I don't think it is. It's this mindset that allows, people to think 9/11 was an acceptable loss of life because we can now rearrange global affairs in a way that's going to benefit less people. But hey, who cares? Because the ones who are benefiting are the ones who are pulling the strings. So let's play Peter Thiel in an interview. The interviewer asks him what I consider a softball question. I think the question is literally like, do you think the human race should succeed, should stay around for a bit?
Yeah.
And let's listen to Peter Thiel's answer. It's unbelievable. He has no pause in his answer. No. He is just such a scumbag. Which means he's talked about this a lot with some of his close friends who are probably not friends, probably going to backstab him in a heartbeat, but you know.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions in play.
He also
the
goes
human
into
race
some shit here.
survive?
It's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, you know, it's always, I don't know, you know, yeah, transhumanism is this, you know, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body.
Lawnmower man.
And there's a critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, transvestite, someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses, and a transsexual is someone where you change your, I don't know, penis into a vagina.
Oh
And
my
we can debate
God.
how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that. The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body.
Your whole?
And then
Yeah,
Orthodox
change your
Christianity,
holes.
by the way. The critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough. Like that transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul, and you need to transform your whole self. And so,
Right, but the other...
Just so we're clear,
Yeah.
the question was, should the human race survive? What are we talking
And
about?
then he throws out transvestite, which makes me feel like I'm in the Rocky Horror Picture Show talking about making winkies into itties. I'm like, what is happening? The answer is just like, yeah,
Yes.
I think we should hang around for a bit. I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy again. What the flark is going on? Fantastic video game. I'm all for, you know, exploration of space, all that good stuff, but we got to have a human race representation. Come on.
Oh, man.
So yes, that was a question. Do you think the human race should endure? And somehow he managed to make it the most stupid. These people are not as intelligent as they think they are. Listen to that answer.
Right.
I haven't heard the word transvestite in forever.
I know.
And then also, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? He's like, you can change your heart. You want to put tits on your heart? You can do that in the future. And then all your whole, you want to make your nose into a pussy? You should be able to do that in the future. My God. So on a serious note, these are the people who are behind AI and who are behind all of the new technology, air quotes, technological advances that are uprooting the American system as we knew it, specifically when it comes to jobs. I was reading an article, evidently, people who did it right, which are not really my people, but, you know, people who did it right. They went to college, they got their degree in whatever it might, business management.
Yeah.
Now they are finding themselves in the crosshairs of AI. There was a great article I read about somebody who worked in HR, and they were like, I never thought that I would be overtaken by an algorithm.
Yeah.
But yeah, get out of here, HR. You're no longer needed.
Right.
Blor is going to be able to tell better how proficient, how efficient employees are. They're going to do a better job than you. So you're kicked to the curb. And now what's your resume? Well, I worked in HR. It was the second floor. It was the saddest of all the floors in the entire building. I had a picture of a family that wasn't mine to make me seem more human and less lonely. I had a cat. It ran away, but I still ate some of the cat food. Anyway, I'm here to apply to Wendy's. Oh, I'm sorry. Wendy's is now automated. Okay. Next thing you know, they're homeless like the jackasses from the movie Dirty Work, hanging out of the office building asking for $1. My God. So it is fascinating when you see the cornerstone of thought, the fundamental thought in the mindset of the people who are creating these systems is that the human race doesn't necessarily need to endure, at the very least, the way that it is. He didn't mention surgery. He didn't mention cancer. What about that?
He kind of mentioned surgery.
Kind of mentioned surgery.
We can make more holes.
God, yeah, he loves the word hole. There's not a child he doesn't look at and just counts the holes. I think we could probably make one on his thigh if we continue to advance our technological abilities. Oh, man. According to Jensen Huang, he is an AI leader of NVIDIA. He says that he is also the world's leader in chip making. He has warned, and this is the man in charge, he has warned that artificial intelligence will indeed cause a lot of workplace displacement unless we continue to come up with new ideas. So now the AI is the taskmaster being like, you better come up with new ideas because if you don't, I'm about to take over. Literally swimming in the pool with sharks to have to swim faster, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get got and you end up in the jaws of a big-ass fish, perhaps named Jaws.
Yeah.
So this is what NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang had to say. He says, if the world runs out of ideas, then productivity gains translates to job loss. People got families. They have bills to pay. They have a vacation to plan. And now they have to be worried at their job that they thought was secure forever because an algorithm is about to take them over. Going back to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a fantastic game for the PS5 and 4, I think, there's an algorithm basically that takes over the entire world, the entire solar system and then beyond, right? And it becomes almost spiritual. Ooh. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. I believe that AI is a new religion for many people, and it will suck the soul out of this country, this world, and certainly, again, continue to cause dramatic spikes in unemployment. But Huang says it's going to be fine as long as you continue to shit out new ideas every single day. There was a thing called job security once in this country, and that is fucking gone.
Yeah. Even security guards aren't secure anymore.
No.
They're being replaced by robots.
Yep, and also they're not dogs. Robot dogs makes them sound cute. They're robot demons.
Yeah.
And if I see one, I would like to say I would kick it over, but I'm not going to kick it over. It's going to beat the living shit out of me. Next thing you know, I'm an asshole who got beat up by a robot cop dog demon, and I'm incarcerated.
Yep.
For vandalism.
Yeah.
Because it's state property.
Right.
You ever hear this? Non sequitur, but coming back, I'll come back. I was watching one of my prison documentaries. This guy in solitary confinement, he cut himself because he wanted some human attention.
Yeah.
They fined him and charged him with destruction of state property.
Because he's property?
Isn't that gross?
Oh, my God.
Isn't that gross?
Wow.
Yep. And he was trying to commit suicide or try to get some attention. He was like, any attention would be good. So they came in and beat the living shit out of him. And he was like,
this is great. I'll take it.
It's like a hug. It's like a Boston hug.
It is.
It's fine. I feel like I'm at a family reunion again.
Yep.
Back to it. So they say new ambitions, they drive productivity. It can go down. He says the fundamental thing is, do we have more ideas left in society? And if we do, if we're more productive, we'll be able to grow.
Oof.
What do we have to do? What do we have to? What is growth? What are they talking about? What is this next great grandiose step? What's that? I think we're fucking fine. I think we were fine 30 years ago.
Yeah.
What are we growing towards?
It's always weird when like CEOs of these companies come out and who are working on replacing everybody and they're like, we're starting to go a little too far. So just a warning.
Well, you are safe as long as you work your fucking ass off for less money, work more hours, don't see your family, and pretend that you're a machine. If you can't work like a machine, we will replace you with said machine. This is what this jackass says. He says, everybody's job will be affected. Some jobs will be lost. Many jobs will be created. And what I hope is that productivity gains that we see in all the industries will lift society. My fucking ass. One of my favorite images I've ever had in my life. I was doing this stupid comedy festival called Clusterfest for Comedy Central, which had the audacity to have Wu-Tang Clan and Salt and Pepper perform during the day.
Oh.
So that Jeff Ross could do stand-up after them.
Wow.
It's an abomination to God. But I saw a man take a liquid shit right outside of Twitter headquarters. This is when it was still Twitter. And it was XXX, baby. And that shit came from his asshole and it hit the ground and it didn't even disconnect.
Oh.
It was like pony play if pony play involved faces. And that's exactly what we have as a country right now. It's a bunch of people taking liquid dumps outside of multi-billion-dollar industries. NVIDIA, which reached $1 billion. It's beans.
Yeah.
That's nothing. NVIDIA, it reached $4 trillion in market value.
Whoa.
Which is, of course, a made-up number. But the magical thinking of these maniacs means it is worth $4 trillion. It is the company that is leading the way in the AI revolution. It's based right here in beautiful California, in Santa Clara, where the 49ers play, I believe.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. Their chip maker technology, their power has been used for companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. They use it to operate their AI models and their fantastic cloud services. Huang defended development of AI, saying that, quote, over the course of the last 300 years, 100 years, 60 years, even in the era of computers, technological advancements can facilitate the realization of, quote, an abundance of ideas and ways that we can build a better future. What Peter Thiel said out of pocket was exactly what they all think in pocket, and I guarantee you that the motivation for this person's creation of AI is not to better the creation of ideas. I guarantee you that, because all AI does is take our brains, shrink them up like little prunes. AI has all the ideas, and then we pretend as if we came up with them, although we have not, which is why currently the cart is leading the horse. And we're the stallion, baby. Yesterday, I've told this story before. I'm trying to get rid of my Google Map. Not get rid of it, but I'm trying not to use it all the time.
Google Maps?
Google Maps.
Yeah.
Ended up 25 minutes away from where I was supposed to meet Kyle and his beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, the place was 5 minutes away. I couldn't fucking find it without Google Maps. That's on me. All right, let's move on. Missouri. Let's talk some local government and a governor that decided the will of the people is moot, is bullshit. Get rid of it. This guy is a real hoe. As a matter of fact, he's a Kehoe. Governor Mike Kehoe. He signed a measure that repeals the state's guaranteed paid sick leave.
Oh, my God.
58% of the voters approved it.
What the fuck?
It was a referendum. 58%. That's a shit ton in an election.
Yeah.
That's a landslide election. And the governor said, 58%. I guess we're going to go with the 42% of psychopaths that voted not to have paid sick leave.
Jeez.
Who the fuck, who looks at a ballot and says, paid sick leave doesn't sound very good to me?
They said they'd pay us more hourly if we didn't take the sick leave.
Exactly. Some idiot is just like, well, it's going to come out of my pocket. No, it's not.
Oh, my God.
You're going to get paid sick leave.
Yeah.
So the governor's office described the voter-initiated paid sick leave law as erroneous.
Oh, jeez.
Which just makes me think of Ernest P. Worrell.
Erroneous.
When he went to camp. Eggs erroneous. They say it's harmful to small businesses. Always with the yes, I love small businesses. And small businesses, they know their employees. And sure, I suppose technically this could be abused, but then you know what? You get fucking fired. Mm-hmm. So they pretend like it's about small businesses. It is not. They don't give a shit about small businesses. So he says, because it dictates when and how paid leave must be provided. And it requires, quote, burdensome record keeping and compliance obligations. Oh. Because you know how that record keeping is so hard when they're like, Tammy's out, and then you got to like check that Tammy's out.
Yeah.
What she got bitch disease, apparently. So she's probably just trying to get all that paid sick leave money.
Right. I mean, compliance is a lot of money, especially in California. They make you jump through so many hoops as a small business owner.
But this is not about small business.
No.
So Kehoe says, today, this is also in Missouri. He says, today we are protecting the people who make Missouri work. Families, job creators, and small business owners by cutting taxes, rolling back overreach, and eliminating costly mandates that the people voted 58% in favor for. I just don't. What's the point of having a referendum if the governor is just going to say no?
I was going to say, are you allowed to even do that? Or you can just do whatever you want?
They can just do whatever they want.
Wow.
So the legislation Kehoe signed this week also ends automatic consumer price index adjustment to the state's $15 hourly minimum wage. Another component of the ballot initiative voters overwhelmingly approved in November. If you're going to put it on the ballot and you're going to have your voters say yay, nay, you've got to follow the will of the people.
Yep.
So Kehoe, he needs to find a door, put his little fucking key in it, turn it, and get the hell out of office because this is garbage.
Yeah, Kehoe the P-ho.
Exactly what Kyle said. Exactly what Kyle said. According to Missouri House Democrat leader Ashley Aoun, she says the governor's actions today demonstrates the absolute disdain Republicans have for working Missourians. But in stripping workers of their legal right to earn sick leave, the governor and his allies have probably guaranteed this issue will be back on the ballot next year as a constitutional amendment that will place worker protections beyond their reach. Didn't we just have like a fucking pandemic where everyone was like, if you're sick, please stay away?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, if you're sick, please come, let's kiss. Especially if you work in with consumers every day. Maybe you work at a checkout line. We can get everybody sick.
Yep.
This story just it's driving me. It's currently driving me nuts. This fucking asshole, Mike Kehoe. Someone has got to be better for Missouri than that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to something that I think is good. This is out of Easton, which I believe is in Pennsylvania. Easton Councilman Frank Pintabone. From a long line of Pintabones. Yeah. The old Pintabone family.
Yeah.
No one's better than them. They can really clean a car. I don't know what the hell a Pintabone does. Anyway, he's a councilman. He is going to host this July 12th, which is actually, I believe, the day we're recording. He is hosting a Clean Slate information session. So there was a Clean Slate Act. It was originally enacted in 2018 and expanded in 2024. I am good with this. If you do your time, you did the crime, you did your time, you should be allowed to assimilate back into society. Otherwise, you're just going to do another crime and do more time, which is ironically, technically what the system kind of wants because, again, you're state property and they make a lot of money off of you. But don't let them win. Don't go back. So, the Clean Slate Act. The act allows for the sealing or expungement of certain low-level criminal records, offering individuals a second chance and clearer path to secure employment, housing, and other opportunities. This is the automatic clean slate. It can start as soon as 5 years after the summary offense, 7 years after a misdemeanor, 2 and 3 offenses, and 10 years after a felony just drug offense. So if you're out there raping, you're out there killing, the slate's probably going to stay kind of dirty, right? But if you did something wrong, you got pinched for drugs, whatever. Mistakes happen in life. We're human beings. I actually think our mistakes are what make us human.
That's right.
That's why when you look at those AI generated pictures that 50 Cent has all over his Instagram for some reason. I was looking at 50 Cent's Instagram because I want to see the Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all AI, and it's like, you don't look like that 50.
Right.
You got pockmarks. So, the petition, it's clean slates. It can begin again. 7 years, up to 10 years after a felony. Eligibility depends on numerous factors, including the individual's prior criminal record, the grading of the offense or offenses, and the length of time in which that person has stayed out of trouble. Some nonviolent crimes can be sealed, including theft, forgery, drug charges, and a couple of other offenses, they say. Pintabone said he was inspired to make the session during his time pursuing a marijuana decriminalizing bill in Easton's. I am in favor of this. We need to have second chances in this life. Probably some of us probably need third and fourth chances too. But if you're not out there purposely hurting somebody, mistakes can be made. It happens in life.
Yeah. Drugs that people just try to medicate themselves.
Exactly.
The worst thing in the world.
I blame Big Pharma for most people having to go that route.
Yep.
Going to the back alley to get their oxy. I go to the back alley for other reasons.
Hey.
Yeah. That's technically still illegal, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some places.
I got to make my money somehow. Pintabone says, so I want people to know about it. I want them to take advantage. Get the stuff off their record that's hindering them from an education. Get the stuff off their record that's hindering from them getting a good job or a license or whatever the case may be. So they can get a better job, so they can contribute to society. You have people that made a mistake 20, 30 years ago, and they're still being hindered by this. So congratulations to Easton Councilman Frank Pintabone in Easton, Pennsylvania. Those people need a positive politician to look up to. Because, again, I don't know what happened with my boy John Fetterman. I think he's technically still a good dude. It's just, it's all falling apart.
Brain damage.
Yeah, I think he has it, huh?
Yeah, he might.
He really seems to.
Yeah, he was just staring off at the distance on a park bench getting yelled at.
I know. But anyway, Pennsylvania, check out this guy. And I like this approach. It's human, it's rational, also it's smart because you're going to get revenue from these people working. Don't worry, you can tax them, you can take their money. But please let people who deserve a clean slate and a second chance, they deserve to have it. Yeah, when it comes to John Fetterman, when he was wearing the shorts and the shirt, I mean, I kind of like it, right?
Yeah.
But now that he is, he's dotarded, which is what Kim Jong-un called Trump in his first term. He's just kind of old and stupid right now. I mean, again, if he has brain damage, I don't want to like demean him, but he's a senator, so it's fine. It really makes him not. I think he needs to start wearing suits.
Yeah.
You can't really be that. You can't sort of be stupid and dress
like shit.
Yeah. If he was super charming like he was back in the day, it would be like, oh, he's just like us.
Yeah.
But now it's like, he's just like on a short bus.
We got people in the chat mad at that they voted for him.
I've gotten so many DMs of voter regret. Again, it's a binary choice. That was the same situation why we have Donnie T. It was he versus Dr. Oz. So it's like
Mehmet.
Oh, God. Oprah has been a net negative. She really... Dr. Phil's not a doctor. Dr. Oz is a shithead.
She was sitting in Harvey Weinstein's lap.
Sitting in Weinstein's lap, loving life.
Oh, man.
He's on the list. That's a perfect segue. Let's move on to the Epstein list that doesn't exist.
Wow, what list?
Which is so funny. The Trump administration is like, no, this list doesn't exist because this administration loves lists.
Yeah, true.
FBI Director Dan Bongino. I listened to his radio show when I was driving across country. Jesus Christ. I would rather listen to two seagulls take a dump on a park bench.
I didn't realize until like a couple months ago when you told me that it was the podcast. I was like, that's the same guy? Mm-hmm. That's so crazy.
Yes, it is. It is the same guy. He has said that he might quit being FBI deputy director because of the Epstein list not coming out. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This is his perfect excuse. He doesn't want a real job. He went from doing what I do great at, what Kyle does great at, he does okay at because he's got some name recognition because of Fox News. But technically he's talentless. But he wants out so bad. He literally goes on Fox News and complains. He's like, I just sit in my office and stare at walls.
I lock myself in and hope nobody knocks.
Yeah. You got a desk job, you dumb bitch. You moron. This is everything that you didn't want to have, but because you're such a power-hungry maniac, you took the FBI deputy director position. Did you think it was going to be like fun?
I gotta file reports?
Yeah. And you're in a government building. The walls are horrible. Everything is awful. It smells like mold. With any luck, black mold, so you can inhale it and die quicker.
Yeah.
So he butted heads with Attorney General Pam Bondi because Pam Bondi, again, is taking the fall for not releasing the Epstein list. We're going to play a clip here. This is a bit played, but Donald Trump, this answer is just so freaking fantastic because, of course, the Trump team, they were the ones campaigning actively that they were going to release the list. Yada. We all know this.
It was on Bondi's desk.
It was on Bondi's desk. We all know. But this is now Trump being asked about Jeffrey Epstein, and I got to give him credit for the gaslighting. This guy's good. One of the best ever.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Oh, man. He's like, well, that Texas thing, that's good. Well, they're underwater. Maybe we can throw the Epstein shit under that water, too, and just drown it out for a while.
Yeah, I love how he goes, too. I can't believe people still want to talk about this. You want to talk about this?
You want to talk about it?
It's a Bondi.
Also, the way he said Epstein, like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Still talking about this creep? He was my friend.
Interestingly enough, I watched an interview with Alan Dershowitz, a man who I've met a couple of times when I was working at Fox News. And he was in town at Fox News because he was accused of raping a young girl. But he said he didn't do it, and then apparently the case was dropped, so I have no idea. But he says that he has the list. He has the names.
Ooh.
But he can't release them because he's got a gag order. Well, I don't know. Just give him to somebody who doesn't have a gag order.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody stole the list.
Oh, no.
But
left it on the subway.
Leave it on the subway.
Yeah.
But we all know who's on this list anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
There would be zero surprises.
And we already saw some of the flight logs. Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that what it was anyway?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So yeah, Dershowitz said, I know the names of individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. Okay. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge.
Oh.
In cases, I can't disclose what I know. Noting at one point he says that he was falsely named as a client of Jeffrey Epstein. So that continues to be divisive, to say the least, within Trump world. That was one of the promises that Donald Trump gave to his people. And I think that promise motivated a lot of people to vote for him. Mm-hmm. And so now we're seeing the fallout of that. Again, If you're Trump, you don't really give a shit. Most likely you're not running for a third term. And people forget. They don't care. At the end of the day, it's a binary choice. And the people who support him are going to support him, push comes to shove, when he's up against somebody else.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to the Democrats because they think all the Democrats, it's mud on both houses. It's a pox on both houses to the Trump supporters that had any faith that he was going to do anything to expose the global pedophile ring that happens truly globally.
Yeah.
and on a daily basis. As we saw with Texas, that story we covered on OK Bud, where they just did West Texas and they found 100 fucking kids. Just nameless.
Yeah.
Without any documentation whatsoever. There's 100 kids showing up. So that stuff does get nasty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go on to a few things regarding immigration, Tiger King. We talked about Doc Antle on OK Bud. He got a year in prison. The Tiger King, Joe Exotic, he's currently rotting away.
Oh, no.
Does he deserve to? I think he's done his time.
Yeah, he's done more than enough.
I think he's done his time. But he is now asking Donald Trump specifically for a pardon.
Yep.
Will he get it? Reality TV star Joe Exotic once again asked DT for a pardon. His real name is Joseph Maldonado, as we all know. He called on Trump to, quote, to listen to the voices of Republican Rep. Lauren Boebert and other public figures as well. Quote, the millions of people around the world to make this right and allow me to go home.
Yeah.
So Lauren Boebert, weird political bedfellows.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hammered at a bar in Colorado. You know, she's good. She's good for a bathroom fuck.
Yeah, she was getting fondled during Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, who doesn't get horned up watching Beetlejuice on Broadway? See, this is the only political show where you're going to get the real information.
That's right.
Bathroom fuck. What? This is... What? What's the name of that one trash show from the Obama morons? Pod Save America. They don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they can get erections. Money-hungry pieces of trash. So, earlier this year, Boebert signaled she supported a pardon of Maldonado. He was sentenced in January of 2020 to 22 years in prison over the murder-for-hire plot against Carol Baskins. That's the thing with people got to remember. This isn't even about animals. This is about that bullshit murder-for-hire plot against Carol Baskins, which was literally him just methed out of his mind, being like, I kill her.
Yeah. And then one guy lied and then signed an affidavit saying he did lie under oath and his testimony should be thrown out because it's the only thing that was like the linchpin for the conviction. And they still have said no. They gave him a plea deal for 4 years, and he turned it down because he thought his case was so strong. He's been in there for like 9, so he would have been out 5 years ago if he just took that deal, which is brutal.
It is sad to take the deal.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If
rough.
you get a plea deal, even if you're innocent, which it happens a lot. That's why it's like, we have a 99% conviction rate. It's like, yeah, people are scared fucking shitless.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get 100 years, you can get 5 years right now.
Yep.
Just say you did it. See, it's like the Salem witch trials. If she drowns, she wasn't a witch.
Oops.
But if she floats, she was a witch, and we're going to kill her anyway. So Maldonado, we'll see if the Trump pardon comes. I think there will be a Ghislaine Maxwell pardon, and I think there will end up being a Joe Exotic pardon.
Yeah.
Those are my predictions when it comes to pardoning season, which usually take place towards the end of a presidency so they can really just get out of there with an ultimate fuck you. I mean, if you're Ghislaine Maxwell right now, you got to be like, what the fuck, did he?
Yeah.
What? He gets to have fun and I don't?
We'll see what the sentence is.
Yeah, we will, with because he's still got, a couple of prostitution charges?
Yeah.
Let's
He's facing up to 20 years, but I don't think he's going to get
hell no. Not for doing he's doing the Lord's work. So they try to get Jesus on prostitution charges.
That's true.
So leave the guy alone. On that, good Lord Almighty. All right, let's move on when it comes to what's happening with immigration. Many farmers have apparently finally gotten to the ear of Donald Trump that was supposedly shot off, but doesn't seem to have any damage. And they have said, can you stop taking our fucking workers, please? Because, that's the key component to the farm is the people who actually do the farming. So he has said, all right, maybe we will launch a new visa program for migrant workers, for farmers, and for people who work in hotels. He's going to fast track some visas. This is according to the Department of Labor. It's a newly created office of immigration policy. They're going to help fast track some visas for foreign laborers, but the administration has made it clear that the initiative is not amnesty. If anything, it's indentured servitude and slave labor.
Yeah.
For illegal migrant workers, This is according to the Office of Immigration Policy. This is not amnesty. It's not amnesty light. No one who is illegally here is being given a pathway to citizenship or residency. Migrants who are in the U.S. illegally will not be eligible for the visa program, and would-be foreign workers must apply from their home country before coming to the U.S. legally. So this is, I suppose, a small compromise from the Trump administration, realizing that he's really fucking over business. He's fucking over his base.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, as we've talked about, when these migrants do leave, new tech is going to come in. They're going to cost these, farmers an arm and a leg. They'll probably have to pay a rent every month, much like they do with Monsanto. It's really going to suck for everyone. So as we are in that transition period, Donald Trump, certainly not out of the kindness of his heart, but looking at this politically, says, hey, let's maybe get some people back working in the fields, breaking their fingers for our tomatoes.
Yeah, it's insane, too, because the reason that he even did this is because he had a dinner with Dana White and Joe Rogan.
Is that right?
And Joe Rogan was like, you got to stop this, man. You got to stop it. He's like, the farmers are getting crushed, man. And he was like, literally went off on him at a dinner the three of them had. And he was just like, I didn't look at it that way. So
it's Joe Rogan diplomacy.
Yeah, I guess so.
There we are.
Roganocracy.
There we are. This is what Trump wrote on his Truth Social. Yeah. He says policy on immigration is taking very good long-time workers away from them, with those jobs being almost impossible to replace. In many cases, the criminals allowed into our country by the very stupid Biden open border policy are applying for those jobs. Well, this is not good. We must protect our farmers, but get the criminals out of the USA. Changes are coming. They also just had an ICE raid on a hospital where they took out 2 elderly people who were in the hospital because they were ill, who happened to be undocumented, so not exactly threats to society. But he got the word and says, all right, we'll allow cheap labor to maintain and stay in this country.
Yeah.
My Lord.
After all, Trump got in trouble for having a bunch of illegal immigrants. They were like Polish, but for his buildings when he was building them.
Hey, they still count.
Yeah.
They still fucking count, the Polish.
They do.
Remember that when whites weren't all white?
Yeah.
I'm Polish. I'm German. I'm Italian. Are Italians white? I can't tell anymore.
According to them, no.
There was also just a raid on a cannabis farm. One worker died. He fell off a 30-foot roof. I think he was trying to escape and didn't do a very good job, so he died. Also, in this raid, there were a couple of underage people working, right? And so they're making it seem as if they went in there to rescue the children. They just so happened to find, I think the youngest was 14. So I think it was like 14 to 17. Get a job, kids.
But can't you work at 14?
I think you can.
Yeah.
They're trying to twist this as if there was a humanitarian effort.
Right.
So they arrested 200 migrants who were working at a weed farm in California. Again, one person died. It was a heated standoff. Things are getting violent now. The ultimate irony is I was watching Fox News. I was watching Maria, I want to say Bamford, but that's the comedian.
Yeah.
I forget her name. It's speaking of Italian, some Italian last name. And she was talking about how it's ridiculous that the Dems want to unmask people. And it's just so funny now because we have Eric Adams who wants to make masks banned in New York because everyone was like robbing banks and shit. And of course, during COVID, everyone was, you must wear it. And now Republicans, or not Republicans, I don't like to generalize, certain entities of the media are just like, I can't believe they want to be unmasked, these ICE agents. It's like Anyway. It's just very ironic, I find it to be. So that raid just happened, and we're seeing raids all across the state of California. Now, one of the things that's extremely controversial is Trump's border czar, this fella, Homan. I just want to play this clip lastly. Tom Homan, basically he says that ICE can detain people based on their physical appearance, and we're going to talk about why and what Supreme Court decision this is all predicated on. So let's play. This is the border czar, not the director of ICE. So I think a lot of people get that confused. Same way with like Netanyahu. He's the prime minister and Herzog is the president of Israel, for example.
Right.
So this guy is pulling the strings sort of behind the scenes, but obviously also in front of the camera. He's sort of the PR guy.
I've got to get your reaction to this Biden-appointed federal judge out in Los Angeles, apparently expected today to issue a temporary restraining order halting your lawful operations. She says, I think it's important for the court not to burden otherwise lawful law enforcement activities. Your reaction there?
Look, people need to understand, ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just need this totality of the circumstances, right? They just got through the observation, get articulable facts based on the location, the occupation, their physical appearance, their actions. Like if a uniformed border patrol walks up to them at for instance, a Home Depot. And they got all these articulable facts, plus the person walks away or runs away. Agents are trained. What they need to detain somebody temporarily and question them. It's not probable cause, it's reasonable suspicion. We're trained on that. Every agent, every 6 months, get Fourth Amendment training over and over again. These officers are really good at what they do. And if this judge is making a decision that's against what these officers are trained, what the law is based upon, then they're going to shut down operation. I think that's their end game. They want ICE to stop doing this. But if they base it on the rule of law, they're going to find out Border Patrol and ICE is doing exactly what they're going to do in accordance with law.
And you're not going to stop coming. Tom Homan, thank you for getting
He's going to come. He's going to come.
Marble mouth over here.
It sounds like he is drowning in human feces. Again, I'm going to use that. I should come up with a different thing. Maybe gack.
He sounds.
Maybe he's eating gack. Remember that toy?
Oh, yeah. He sounds like exactly like Mayor Menino from Boston. We used to call him Mumbles Menino because he would just be like, just like this dude.
Speaks worse English than my deli guy, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they asked him what his favorite Red Sox player was. He was like, I love Manny Ortiz. Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz put together.
So this comes from a 1975 Supreme Court decision, United States versus Brignani Ponce. What happened? In March 11th of 1973, Border Patrol agents stopped Felix Humberto Brignani Ponce. They stopped his car because he appeared to be Mexican. Upon questioning the passengers, the agents determined that they were illegal immigrants, so on and so forth. An appeals judge said that every single thing that they got from that stop needs to be suppressed because the stop was illegal. So the question was, does the Fourth Amendment prohibit Border Patrol agents from stopping a vehicle and questioning its occupants based solely on their appearance? In a 9-0 majority, the Supreme Court in 1975 said yes. Justice William H. Rehnquist wrote a concurring opinion, which he argued that the majority's decision only pertains to roving patrols, and that there are many other cases in which stopping a vehicle would not be constitutionally suspect. In his concurring opinion, he wrote that William O. Douglas wrote that the Fourth Amendment required the police to show probable cause to stop a vehicle, and any lower standard unreasonably weakened the protections of the Fourth Amendment. So you can't stop someone because they're Mexican, but you can stop someone because you say we have probable cause to suspect that they're committing a crime, and they happen to all be Mexican.
Yeah.
So they're just it's very obvious what is actually happening, but all you have to say is, I didn't stop them because they're Mexican. I stopped them because I have probable cause to be concerned that they may have caused some kind of crime. I don't know.
The old workaround.
It's the old workaround. So the Fourth Amendment, when he says they have Fourth Amendment training, Tom Homan, that means they have Fourth Amendment training to try to figure out how to get around it, as Kyle just said. It's just unbelievable, again, how these people look at the Constitution and they say it's bedrock, it's cornerstone, it's not malleable. And then they, of course, they corrupt it, they warp it, and they make it fit into their framework because they know what they're doing is wrong. And this is the only way that they can get away with it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. This is another fantastic episode of I Do Say So Myself of Ben Kissel Politics. Anything in the chat?
Yes, Sisternicate is saying all for the crime of being Mexican. Chris G was asking about the coin flip people because you said Pasadena. He's asking if they were in charge of the Rose Bowl parade.
They probably are.
That was Pasadena, Texas. That was Houston suburb.
Oh, okay.
BB saying that they work in a state that's medical marijuana only. Luckily, my job doesn't test anyway, but a lot of places stop testing for marijuana because of HIPAA. So that's now becoming affected through the Privacy Act.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah.
NPR show Planet Money did a show. Oh, they did an AI voiced show and created a podcast as an experiment. So they're coming for our jobs now.
No, I know they are. As a matter of fact, there was a band. What was the name of that stupid band? Like Velvet something, Velvet Thigh Meat. Can you search AI band? It went to like number 1 on Spotify.
I know what you're talking about.
What's it called? And it looks like it's just a bunch of long-haired, hippie-looking white boys.
Yeah.
What was the name of that stupid frickin' band?
What the hell is the name?
It's Velvet something.
Velvet Sundown.
Velvet Sundown. What does that even mean? Sounds like something a pedophile would put on before he does horrible things with a child.
Time for the Velvet Sundown.
Oh, yeah. I love Velvet Sundown. It's one of my favorite bands. But that being said, in the future, that will be normalized. And if we ever have children, Kyle already does.
Yes.
There will be a band that they listen to that it's AI.
Yeah.
And you could argue what's the difference between that and sampling?
Right.
So it's going to happen. But I like my musicians to be mostly human. Mostly. Anyway, thank you all so much for supporting the show. Can you do us a favor, rate and review? If you're on Spotify, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the show. And then very few people watch on iTunes or listen on iTunes. But if you're on iTunes, please leave a 5-star rate and review. And we're going to have some merch coming at some point. We're going to meet with our merch guy, I think, sometime next week.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I did a fun interview with a podcast called 2 Cats, 1 Dog. Talked a little bit about that Rolling Stone bullshit because I know someone mentioned that. So that, all of that stuff. I'll continue to do interviews. I'll talk about anything. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. Hail yourself. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.